What is it that is embedded in the customs, festivals, temples, and architecture? What is it that pervades the music, dance, art, and martial arts of Bharat? What is it that shapes the culture and ways of living of Bharat and people who are Hindu? What is the vision that expands our hearts and minds to see the sacredness of all forms? What is it that reveals the truth? We are one. In the tradition of Sanatana Dharma, when the rishis were revealed with knowledge, they shared it with others and established the lineage to transmit the knowledge for generations. This is the Guru Shishya Parampara, a central aspect of Sanatana Dharma. This is unlike other religions which have one holy book, one central authority, and one God. Then, what knowledge did the Gurus transmit? The Shastra. Shastra can be classified into two categories. The first one is revealed knowledge called Shruti, and the second is remembered and composed by human intellect called Smriti. Shruti is well known as the Vedas. The word Veda comes from the Vid Dhatu, which literally means to know or to understand. The literal meaning of the word Veda is just knowledge. Knowledge of what? Knowledge of the different means and ends to live a life of lasting fulfillment. The Vedas are apaurushaya, not made by person, and nitya, eternal. The Vedas were brought into this world by Bhagavan at the beginning of every cycle of creation for the welfare of humankind. Bhagavan withdraws the creation at the end of the cycle. The Vedas were revealed to rishis or great seers. Rishi means the one who knows the truth. We invoke the grace of Bhagavan Vedavyasa as we see the overview of the entire Shastra. Vyasaya Vishnurupaya Vyasarupaya Vishnave Namo Vai Brahmanidhaye Vasishtaya Namo Namaha. Vyasa is in the form of Vishnu and Vishnu is in the form of Vyasa. Vishnu is that function of Bhagavan who sustains everything. Our Namaha again and again to Vyasa, who is the treasure of Brahma. Brahma is another name for the Veda. We celebrate Veda Vyasa's birthday as Guru Purnima, generally in July or August, according to the lunar calendar every year. Why Vyasa? Because he codified and classified 1180 shakhas or recensions of the Veda into 4 branches. Rig Veda. Rig Veda is a compilation of various Rig mantras which praise and pray to devatas, deities like Agni, Indra, Varuna, Soma, and so on. Yajur Veda. Yajur means worship. Yajur Veda contains mantras of praise and mantras to perform ritual worship to devatas. Samaveda. Unlike the chanting of the Rig and Yajur Veda, Samaveda has mantras that are set to music with lengthened notes. Atharva Veda. Atharva means that which is unwavering. Atharva Veda has mantras to avert calamities and afflictions, prayers to devatas during rituals, etc. All the 4 Vedas have 4 sections. 1. Samhita is a compilation of all mantras, benedictions, and different kinds of prayers that invoke the grace of many deities. Samhita is more valid for brahmacharya or student life. 2. Brahmana, not to be confused with Brahmin, has details of how rituals are to be performed. Whatever has been learnt in the Brahmana section helps the Grihastha, the householder, to perform rituals. 3. Aranyaka are commentaries on the rituals along with meditations, which are put to practice during Vanaprastha stage. All these three are called Karma Kanda as they help human beings fulfill the first three Purusharthas: Dharma Artha, security, and Kama, pleasure. It is a huge section because it deals with the variety of human desires and how to fulfill them. A relatively fulfilled person is ready for the next section, which is self-knowledge. 4. Upanishad is self-knowledge. Even though any Upanishad is part of a given Veda, it can be independently studied if the student meets the fourfold requirement of sadhana chatushtaya. The subject matter of the Upanishad is Brahma Vidya. The result gained by knowledge of the Upanishad is moksha. Vedanta is positionally the end of the Veda and hence the name. What we refer to as Vedanta includes all these three we call the Prasthanatraya, which includes the Upanishads. So among the many Upanishads available now, 10 are very well known since Adi Shankaracharya commented on them. They are Isha, Kena, Katha, Prashna, Mundaka, Mandukya, Taitriya, Aitreya, Chandogya and Brihadaranyaka. These 10 Upanishads are from the 4 Vedas. Aitreya appears in Rig Veda. Katha, Taitriya and Brihadaranyaka are from Krishna Yajurveda. Kena and Chandogya are from Samaveda. Mundaka, Prashna and Mandukya are from Atharva Veda. Bhagavad Gita is a part of the Smriti but considered as both Yoga Shastra and Moksha Shastra as it has the essence of knowledge. Brahma Sutras is an analysis of the Upanishads. So when somebody says, I'm studying Advaita Vedanta, it is likely that they are studying any of these. It was largely an oral tradition until Jagat Guru Adi Shankaracharya and his students painstakingly wrote on palm leaves manuscripts, made lots of copies when there were no photocopying machines, and so on, more than 1200 years ago. Then there are Prakarana Granthas. Granthas are texts wherein certain topics are elaborated. Some of them are Tattva Bodha, Viveka Chodamani, Sadhana Panchakam, Atma Bodha, and so on. These have been either written by Jagadguru Adi Shankaracharya or some other teachers. Adi Shankaracharya's commentaries are further commented upon as Vartika, Tika, Tippani. The 4 Vedas together with 10 disciplines are called Chaturdasha Vidya Sthanas. Yajnavalkya Smriti presents the 14-fold Vedic knowledge. Purananyaya Mimamsa Dharma Shastra Angami Shritaha Veda Sthanani Vidyanam Dharmasya cha Chaturdasha. Translation: the Vedas along with the Purana, Nyaya, Mimamsa, Dharma Shastra and the 6 Vedangas are the 14 sources of knowledge and of Dharma. To understand the Veda, the 6 Vedangas are Shiksha, the study of phonetics and the accent of Vedic chants. How much the letter has to be elongated, how much to be stressed, and so on, is involved in Shiksha. Kalpa, the study of practices and proper application of these chants and rituals that are to be performed. Vyakarana, study of grammatical rules and the entire syntax of Sanskrit. Chandas, prosody, the study of poetic meter. Chandas includes the way in which mantras are to be chanted. Nirukta, the study of etymology of Sanskrit. Jyotisha, astronomy and astrology. Upavedas are known to have evolved from the four Vedas. These are Ayurveda, the study of medicine and Ayuhu, life, which evolved from Rig Veda. Arthashastra, the study of statecraft, which evolved from Atharva Veda. Dhanurveda, the study of armaments and warfare, which evolved from Yajurveda. Gandharva Veda, study of aesthetics, music and dance, which evolved from Samaveda. Puranas. While Puranas relate to the ancient past, they are ever new as they portray the eternal truth of the Vedas through historical stories which are relevant through the ages. The 18 Puranas were written by Vedavyasa and contain a total of about 400,000 shlokas. A Purana is defined in the following verse. Sargascha pratisargascha vamsho manvantarani cha vamshanucharitam chapi Purana panchalakshanam. Purana is a work consisting of 5 characteristics: the origin of the creation, the cyclic nature of the creation, such as dissolution of the universe followed by recreation, genealogies of sages, kings, gods and asuras, cosmic cycles ruled by Manus, and the history of solar and lunar dynasties. The religious, artistic culture are unfolded along with Dharma through the lives of the characters who undergo the odds in upholding Dharma and aspire for moksha. These remain as heroes etched in our hearts. Itihasa. Itihasa literally means indeed thus it was. A historical record of certain facts that happened. There are 2 Itihasas, Ramayana and Mahabharata. Ramayana, the story of Rama as a Dharma Purusha, is interspersed with teachings of Dharma. Also Adi Kavya, it contains 24,000 verses written by Rishi Valmiki. Mahabharata is considered to be the Panchama Veda, the 5th Veda, as it unfolds Dharma and Brahma Vidya. The longest poem in the Indian tradition, it contains 100,000 verses. Srimad Bhagavad Gita, which is a part of the Mahabharata, is about the dialogue between Jiva, the individual, and Ishvara, in the form of Arjuna and Bhagavan Krishna. Dharma Shastra, also known as Smriti, it is based on the Veda. The subjects are acharas, codes of conduct, vyavahara, laws related to transactions in society, and prayashchitta, making amends. Dharmashastras are named after their author: Manusmriti, Yajnavalkya Smriti, Apastamba, Gautama. Manusmriti is a part of Dharmashastra. For Kali Yuga, we go by Parashara Smriti. Mimamsa is an analysis of the Vedic mantras. Purva Mimamsa analyzes the Vedic rituals and Uttara Mimamsa analyzes the Upanishads. Nyaya Shastra is a discipline of knowledge that ascertains the truth of creation and has its system of logic. Darshanas, these are 6 schools of thought, or rather different ways of looking at reality. Nyaya and Vaisheshika are the forerunners of quantum physics. Though Nyaya is not used much now, an advanced level, it is still used in understanding Vedanta. Sankhya is another darshana which is dualistic. Yoga rests on Sankhya, which is dualistic. Purva Mimamsa is the analysis of Karma Kanda. And finally is Uttara Mimamsa or Vedanta, which has been referred to earlier. Agama Shastra. These describe architectural principles for temple constructions and rituals to be performed in the temple. There are 77 Shakti Agamas, 28 Shiva Agamas, and 108 Vishnu Agamas. For example, Shilpa Shastra, the branch of knowledge which deals with sculpting, is from the Agamas. This then is our entire Shastra, the valuable heritage we have inherited. It is this Shastra that is embedded in the customs, festivals, temples and architecture of Bharat. It is this Shastra that pervades the music, dance, art and martial arts of Bharat. It is this Shastra that shapes the culture and ways of living of Bharat and people who are Hindu. It is this Shastra that expands our hearts and minds to see the sacredness of all forms. Our Shastra helps us see that we are one. And so it is our sacred duty to protect, preserve, learn and share. Om Tat Sat.